Alright, this is it. I think I've finally done it. It's one of those things that everybody wants to find.
Really?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my Alright guys, so in the last video you saw this green grassy field was covered in snow. Hey Joce, are you cold?
A little bit.
A little bit? Here we are about a week later and no snow. So we're going to give it a shot. I've only got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Joce is home wrangling the kids, so I got a little bit of free time and a little bit of me time, and I'm kind of liking it a little bit. But we don't have too much time, so let's see what we can find. And maybe my digging with Maddie hat will give me a little good luck today. So, and by the way, Maddie, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. I hope you enjoy the video. Catch you on the first dig. Alright, this is it. I think I've finally done it. It's one of those things that everybody wants to find. And I think I just did it. You want to take a look? Let's take a look. I think what we've got here, right here in the hole, in the plug, is we've got a magical unicorn toenail, also known as a beaver tail. Pull tab! Woohoo! Alright guys, so I've got my first decent target. It's coming up as a 1235 on the E-Trac. So let me just give you a quick run over of what I'm doing and what I'm using. So today I'm running the Minelab E-Trac, which is what I've been using for the same machine for the last 6 years. I do switch on and off to the Garrett machines. I love the Garrett machines in certain applications. I'm just very comfortable with this machine, so I tend to use it a lot more often than anything else. I do have a T2 that I've been itching to get out and play with, but it's something I've got to learn, and I think I have to get past that hump of getting away from what's familiar. But I only had a very short amount of time today, so I decided to go with Old Faithful, and she scored me a coin. It's penny size. It's ringing up as a 1235, which is normally an Indian head penny number. So let's take a look and let's see what it is. Wasn't down very deep. Haven't popped the dirt off of it yet. It could just be a modern penny. I mean, who knows? But usually those numbers indicate Indian head scent, and this thing is really toasty. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much off of it out here in the field, which I don't generally recommend cleaning things out in the field. I usually wait till I get home, but this thing is super toasted. Again, it's ringing up at 1235 on the E-Trac. I can't really get the crud off of it just yet. We'll have to see once I get back to the house and get it cleaned up what it actually is, and I will film it in the wrap up. I'm thinking it's going to be an Indian head penny just because of the signal it was giving off and the numbers that I was getting on for the VDI on the machine. So when you know your machine and you know what it's told you in the past, you can get a pretty good general idea. It's not always 100% accurate, but you can get a pretty good general idea of what you're going after when you see the target in the hole. So let's keep going. I don't have a whole lot of time. Let's see what else we can find. Alright, I'm going to try something that I haven't attempted yet. I'm going to try a live dig. I've got a 1237 and it's coming up at about 8 inches on the depth meter. The depth meters are not always accurate. You got to kind of listen for the sound too, because large targets that are deep will sound really good. Small targets that are very shallow will sound deep. So you kind of got to get the feel for the sound that's coming out of your headphones. I like to use this new brand. It's Patriot headphones, and they're made by Joe DeMarco at metaldetecting.com. The sound is crisp, it's clear, great volume. So let's see what this one is, and I'm going to attempt the live dig. So let's curse it and see what it is. So now it's going to make a liar out of me. And the numbers are different than what I was getting a minute ago. Now this is a signal that some people wouldn't dig, most people wouldn't dig. On the E-Trac, those 01 numbers are usually large iron, and I find that when the target is a large deep item, that it'll give you a 0 something number. And this one's kind of all over the board, but things like this, I'll dig them. I don't care. When you cut your plug, I like to get the shovel in, give it a little push, go around. What I like to use is the Piranha shovel by Predator Tools. It cuts a really nice plug, and then once I've got it cut, I'll use my lesh. Alright, so whatever it is, it's right here in the plug. Grab my hand digger. This is so hard one-handed. I don't know how anybody ever does this. Alright. Whatever it is, it's right here. And looks like we've got part, oh, okay, so I can see the leather. So this is a rivet. This is some horse tack. It sounded really nice. It sounded nice and not too deep, but it's the numbers are coming up kind of weird, which could have something to do with the soil content here. There's a lot of shale in this soil. There's a lot of quartz, and we are on an older home site, so there could be a lot of iron in the ground nearby screwing it up. But that's all we got right now is just this little horse tack rivet. So let's move on and see what else we can find coming out of here. Alright, so I want to do a quick wrap up before I lose the last of the sunlight. It's getting to be about that time. It wasn't very eventful today. Like I said, I only had maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Took a lot of trash. But that's good, because when you clear the trash from a site, then you're going to open yourself up to find the deeper, older targets that the trash is masking. So dig the trash, get it out of the way, fill your pouch up, empty your pouch out 2-3 times in a hunt. It doesn't matter, because it will pay off. It really will pay off. I promise you that. But let's take a quick peek and see all the wonderful treasures, including the magical unicorn toenail. Alright, so we got some iron, we got can slaw, part of what looks like something off of a tractor or car, maybe I don't know, maybe part of a radiator assembly or something, I don't know. It's one of them weirdo whoozy-what's-it things. A lot of junk, a lot of trash. There's that little brass rivet that I found. And I still don't know what this is yet because it's pretty crusty. When I get it back to the house, I'm going to clean it up and see if I can't figure out exactly what it is. So we can get the camera to focus a little bit. There we go. It's weird, but it's nice and thick. So I don't know. Again, it was ringing up at 12:35, so I'm thinking it's going to be an Indian. It's probably going to be toasted. I may or may not get a date off of it, but that's okay. It's still an old coin for the day. I'm really happy with that. But you know, hey, it's all about having a good time. It's all about having fun. It doesn't matter what machine you use. Just get out and find your treasure. Catch you on the next one. Alright, so here it is, the day after the dig. And I told you we're going to try to figure out exactly what that coin is. Now, don't tell my mom or my dad, because I kind of hijacked their bathroom to do a little coin cooking. They'd probably kill me if they found out. I hope they don't watch these videos. So, what we're doing right now is doing a little electrolysis on the coin. So, I've got a positive with my catalyst, which is just carbon. This unit has a floating circuit, so it's like an extra ground. It's like a safety feature. But here's your negative. So the coin is attached to the negative. And all you've got in there is a water solution with a mixture of baking soda and non-iodized salt. So you can see so far, I've been able to get a little bit of the crusties off by cooking it and brushing it with a bronze brush. So that's why you're getting the yellowish color. I'm almost wondering if this is a fatty. Either a fatty Indian or possibly a flying eagle. I'm not sure yet. So we're going to let this thing cook for a little bit. And all we're using is a 12 volt system. And the 12 volts is actually 8 AA batteries hooked into a little power pack. And you can do this several different ways, but this is a little unit that I got a few years ago. I can't really show it off too much. It's kind of a secret little thing. So, but there's lots of ways to do this. So as this thing cooks, I'll show you what it looks like as we get the crust off, and then we'll figure out exactly what that coin is together. See you in a little bit. Alright, so I know what it is. I'm not going to go too much further on it because it's not an Indian. It is a penny. It's actually a cent. In the United States, we call them cents. In England, they are pennies. Here, they are not pennies. They are cents. It's a Wheatie, and I got a date on it. It is a 1928. I'm not going to go totally crazy cleaning this thing up just because it's just not worth it. But we'll do I can do a whole video on electrolysis at another point if you guys are really curious about how to do this process. One thing I will tell you and warn you about now is that if you do electrolysis on your own and you use stainless steel as a catalyst, then you are going to create a gas called hexavalent chromium, which is highly carcinogenic and very poisonous. So if you're going to do electrolysis and use stainless steel as your catalyst, make sure you do it in a well-vented area or outside. Don't do it in a closed room like I'm doing with this right now. But I'm doing this on such a small scale, and I'm using a piece of carbon for my catalyst. So let's take a quick peek and see if I can get this camera to focus in on some of the detail of this coin. But it's definitely a Wheatie, no doubt about that. So let's take a quick peek. It's in really rough shape. I can see the date on it. It is definitely a 1928 Wheatie. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. It's having a hard time focusing on it. But you can see Lincoln's head up at the top there. So let's flip it in coin rotation, and you'll see the wheat sheaf off on the side. So not as cool as I thought it was going to be, but at least we know what it is. And it is definitely an old coin, so I'm happy with that because Nice thing about these things, when you find them, you've always got a chance to find some silver. So if there's Wheaties, there's a possibility of silver, and I've already pulled silver out of that spot, so there's got to be more. So, alright, catch you on the next one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, get out and find your treasure. See you soon.
Sit, Joey, sit. Good, Joey.